The Great British Coin Hunt, we got what you want. We got gold and silver, seems everyone's a winner. It's so elementary, you get one free entry. Every single raffle, make your collection dazzle. TGBCHraffle.com, TGBCHraffle.com.
Good afternoon, everyone. I do apologise again. I'm still coughing and spluttering, so I'm going to try not to. All right, and we'll get straight on to the first draw, which is the raffle for the Labours of Hercules £2 coin. Good luck, everybody. And I think you can see by the screen the two people that are most keen on winning this coin. And it's going to be two very disappointed people there. The winner is Patricia Sweeney. Well done, Patricia. Next, we'll go on to the raffle for the VE-Day coins collection. You may be able to tell by the screen that there's another two people interested in this, and I'm one of them. So fingers crossed for me. And it looks like I'm out of luck. And it's Richard. Well done, Richard. I'll get that diverted to me, alright? Right, now we'll go on to the first of the memberships. And it's Anne Jessup. Remember, all the membership spins today come with 39 guesses. And that's Mick Smith. Well done, Mick. Let's find out what he's won. So that's 15 Isle of Man coins from Nick. Next, we go on to bigwins.tv. And that's Robert Barnes. Let's find out what Robert's won. And that's 30 random coins. Next, we go on to Britex 20. And that's Ian Minham. Let's find out what Ian's won. And that's a Royal Mint package coin. Next is a Change Checker email. And that's Andy Walton. Well done, Andy. Let's find out what he's won. That's 6 uncirculated 50p's. And that was so close to 2 free spins. Next we have change-checker.net. And that's David Jones. Let's find out what he's won. And that's a super sheet of coins. Wow. Well done. Next we have changechecker.news. And that's David Jones. Let's find out what he's won. And that's a set of 2020 penguins. Next is change-checkers.news. And that's Richard Braben. Let's find out what he's won. And that's a Gruffalo package coin. Next we have chrisinson.co.uk. And that's Derek Clark. Let's find out what Derek's won. And that's 8 50p coins. Well done, Derek. Next we have coronavirus update. And that's Bruce Coons. Well done, Bruce. Find out what you've won. That's 20 pre-decimal coins. Next we have Dinosaur 50p. And that's Derek Clark. And that's a free spin for Derek. Right, let's take his original spin first. So Derek's first prize is a date run of coins. And on his free spin, that's 20 island coins. And that was so close to the £100 raffle credit. Next, we have one of those weird names that keeps cropping up, Ian P. Lambert. And that's Katie Gibson. Well done, Katie. Let's find out what you've won. And that's a silver 2018 Peter Rabbit. Well done, Katie. Next, we have IP Lambert. And that's David Jones. And that's a baker's dozen. Banknotes or coins. I'm sure David will let Ian know which he wants. Next, we have Kew Gardens 50p. And that's the first win of the day for yours truly. See what it won. Fingers crossed for a gold coin. Hasn't come up for a while. And that's a sheet of coins. Not bad, I suppose. 30 gold coins. There's Ian, heart fluttering away. Next we have Martin McDade. And that's Bruce Coons. Next we have Ostomate TV. And that's Lorna Jones. Well done, Lorna. Let's find out what she's won. That's 24 coins. Next we have a Puddle Duck, 50p. I missed out Bruce's spin, did I? Well, you can have Richard's. I'm not worried about Richard. Right, Bruce first. That's the date runner coins for Bruce. And for some reason I can feel eyes burning in the back of my neck, so I better do a spin for Richard. So here's Richard's. That's 5 10p letters for Richard. Next we have Royal Mint News. And that's Lorna Jones. See what she's won. And that's a non-release coin. Well done, Lorna. Next we have Royal Mint Blog. And is it going to be 2 in a row? Yes, it is. Lorna Jones again. Let's find out what she's won. And that's a set of 5 crowns. Next we have Royal Mint coin. And that looks like the second win of the day for Katie Gibson. Well done, Katie. Find out what she's won. That's a first day cover stamp. Well done, Katie. Next we have a Snowman 50p. And the second day of the win for me. See what I've won. Here comes the gold. And that's a Peter Pan coin. Next we have the Great USA coin hunt. That's Keith Braley. I believe that's his first win of the day. Let's find out what he's won. And that's a sheet of stamps. Next we have a Westminster Collections. And that's the second win of the day from Mick Smith. Let's find out what he's won. And that's a silver coin for Mick. Well done, Mick. Next we have WWF 50p. That's Keith Braley. Find out what he's won. And that's a Christopher Robin coin. Right, I remember all those draws included 39 guesses. Now we move on to the YouTube members draw, and this is ×2. And that's a hat trick for me. Find out what the prize is. Yeah, so that's £25 worth of raffle credit ×2. So it's £50 worth of raffle credit. Next we have the YouTube Gold members draw. This is also a ×2 draw. And that's Kian Regan for his first win of the day. Well done, Kian. Now, there's something definitely wrong here. Ian's reminding me of stuff. It's normally the other way round. Yep, that's my preferred choice on the double up. So that's actually £100 worth of raffle credit. Right, let's find out what Kian's won. And that's a sheet of coins for Kian. And that's ×2. Almost forgot that. Next we have the Patreon members draw. And this is a ×3. And that's Scott Donaldson. Well done, Scott. So let's find out what either Sue or Katie's won. So that's 2 non-released coins ×3, so that's 6. So that's not bad. 3 coins each for Sue and Katie. Next we have the Patreon Gold members draw. This is also a ×3 wheel. That's Kieran Elms. Well done, Kieran. First day cover stamp times 3. So that's 3 first day cover stamps for Kieran. Well done, Kieran. Now we have to pay hit members. And remember, this is a times wheel. And that's Richard. Well done, Richard. Right, first of all, let's find out what you've won. And then we'll find out how many. That's £25 raffle credit. See how many times you've won that. Well, that was so close to 9 times. But it's 4 times. So that's £100 raffle credit. Well done, Richard. Next, we have the Pay Hit Gold members. And I don't believe it, it's Richard again. Let's find out what he's won. That's Falkland's coin. Let's find out how many times. That's 6 times Falklands. Next is the team. This is times 3. And that's the first win of the day for John White. Well done, John. Let's find out what you've won. That's a bunch coin, so that's 3 bunch coins for John. Well done. Right, now that was the team draw. I've just realised the platinum list didn't load, so I'm about to load that now. Thank you for pointing that out, Lorna. I would have missed that. And it's John White. First of all, let's find out what he's won. Right, there seems to be some confusion somewhere. Was it the team rule that didn't load then? Because I haven't got a team rule. Okay, we'll scrub that last one and we'll have to redo as a team draw. So the first one must have been a platinum wheel then that needs to be done on the times. Okay, I've just been instructed to do another team draw. So we'll keep that. So that's John's lucky day today. Right, that's definitely a team draw. Let's see who's won. That's Lisa Thorpe. Well done, Lisa. Let's find out what she's won, and it's a times 3. What I'm actually going to do is blame my cleaner for this one. It's his first day back the day since Christmas because of all the problems. And he did say I blame him for everything, so I'm going to blame him for this. And that's 10 2-shillings coins times 3, so that's 30 2-shilling coins. Right, now I'm back on track. This should be the £39 free-for-all wheel. And that's Rebecca McIntosh. Let's find out what she's won. And that's 10 Commonwealth coins. No, I didn't do a multiplier on the 15 island coins, Katie. But that was a bonus spin anyway because of the cock-ups I made. So we'll just do that as the 15 island coins. Next we have the referral wheel. And I do believe there's an extra name on here today. Yep, Bruce Coombs is the extra name. So let's see who's won. And this is a ×3 wheel. And it looks like the first time on this wheel, and Bruce has won. Let's find out what he's won. It's not you, Lorna, it's me. I should have double checked the wheels like I normally do. And that's a Gruffalo package coin. And that's ×3. Now we have the Super Wheel members spin. You're right on the second one, Katie. It's my cleaner's fault. Gotta have someone to blame. Can't keep blaming myself. And that's Colin Heath. Let's find out what he's won. And remember, this is a 3 times wheel. That's a silver coin ×3. Sorry, I did try to avoid them, Ian. Well, I've just sent Ian a link, so I'm waiting for him to pop up. And I'll pull him on screen for you, but I'll put an advert on in the meantime.
Let's go. Scum. No, I've plans with her. I'm sorry, but that's the deal we made.
closer, a little bit to the left.
Yes, leave your beer, please. Okay.
There we go. 3, 2,
Daddy,
1.
Daddy! Daddy. There's Mommy.
Hello, everybody. Have a little look. Yeah, that's all right. Hello, hello, hello. Nice to see you all. Thanks very much for that, Chris. That went well, as it does every time so far. Brilliant. Just to get, I've just come on to give you a bit of an update, really. A couple of updates, you know. As you can see, hello, Popcoin. Let's just have a little say hello to everybody. There's RJ, Popcoin, Lorna, kiss for Lorna, Katie, and Lady Robbins, one of you, and Katie Donaldson, and all the other people, Derek Clark, watch your mate, and all the other people that are on. Hello, Kian. Nice to see you all. Brilliant. Hello, Nanny. One for you too. So, as you can see, hello, mate. There's old Dragon Lord. Hello, Stevie. As you can see, probably looking a little bit on the pale side, not looking sort of flush, but I'm doing my best. I'm staying out of trouble as much as I can, and trying really hard not to do too much. I mean, it was going out of my box just the other day. Was it yesterday or the other day? So as you can see over there, where are we? I don't know if you can see on the edge of the desk, around sort of, anyway, right on the edge of the desk, there's 3 piles of sheets of coins that I just sat and did while I was watching telly. Just got a load of random coins and sheeted them up. And then what I'm doing on that is writing people's names down on a bit of paper so I don't send too many of the same sheets to the same person. I'm going to try and have a go at that because I don't want, you know, don't want you to get fed up getting the same thing through. So I like you to get a bit of different stuffs. So update as far as I'm concerned, I'm still getting a few murmurs, but they assure me that the twinges that I'm likely to get are likely to be the bedding in as such. You know, it's got to settle with the work that was done on it. They pushed it and pulled it about a little bit. Hello, Andy. And so it'll take a few weeks to sort of settle in. It's a bit difficult when, you know, you've got to keep getting told, don't lift this, don't lift that, don't do this, don't do that. Take rest, you know, and all that kind of thing, which is great. I understand all that. And I don't want to do myself any damage, of course. But I don't know if any of you have tried it. The only person I know, I think the only person I've ever known who's quite happy to lay back on the sofa, as it were, and watch the ceiling is John. I've never known anybody that could do it. And I certainly have trouble doing it. So, but I'm doing my bestest. Anyway, so that was one little update. I'm doing okay. I just got to do lots more rest. I'm up to date with, you know, putting, as you can see on the floor, and over there, there's loads of envelopes and stuff for you lot, which they're getting put together slowly. I'm up to date on Fridays now. So all last week's have been picked, and up to Friday. Friday's been picked. And then, so I've got Monday and today's to do. I've also got, now this is not including today's, all right? This is the guesses that are outstanding, and rather than just reel off a load of names, what might be easier is I'll just hold that up like that, and you can just click pause at some point and just look for your name, right? And if you look for your name, you can see how many guesses my bit of paper says you've still got to have. So whatever that says, you've got that, plus whatever guesses you might have won today. So even when, like, you'll see that one at the top there, it says Keith Braley, 78 plus 50. So the 78 is where he's had some 39 guesses, what he's won on a Wednesday. And then the 50 is where he's won guesses on the wheel. So there's your names. There's the guesses that you're still to have. There is some guesses, which is 1,320 to 1,359. And that's not correct. So we'll cross that one out. I have got some more guesses to read out, but I probably won't do that today because let me just take ages. I'll organise that and come on and do a half hour where oh, that's great, Nanny. Thank you. I'll see if I can't sort any out. The problem that I've got with that at the minute, so I'll come on and do like a half hour stint at some point, maybe this week. Just to read out all the guesses that I've got so far. That's a very interesting. Thank you very much for that, Nanny. That would be great. The only problem I've got with that at the moment, because Andy's also waiting for me to send him some more American so he can finish that job off for me. But the only problem I've got is that in order to send you a parcel so that you can sheet them up for me, I've got to lift that parcel, and I've got to go and get the coins, and I've got to put them in a parcel, and I've got to lift. And you, as you know, the parcels that I've sent you in the past, both you and Andy would know this, and Kate as well, because she did some, is like they're a heavy parcel, and I'm not allowed to lift that kind of weight, and I haven't really got anybody else here that can do that. So that's the only reason why I'm a bit slow on sending out a few more coins. Yeah, exactly. It's just one of those things, you don't think of it. But yeah, so in order to send off the rest of those coins, I've got to put them together. I've got to put them in a box, and then I've got to, you know, sort that out. So that's going to have to wait. In the meantime, I'll just sheet up a few bits here and there. At least I can sheet up a few coins myself while I'm getting a bit bored or watching TV. I wanted to also give you a bit of news on the first coin, the first TGBCH coin with John White and Casper on it. You'll notice it's got a little bit of a goatee, he has, which actually John quite likes. The reason for that is the photograph that I gave him. Pardon me. When John goes without a shave for a day or two, it doesn't come through like a beard, it comes through quite light. And the picture that I gave them made it look like he had a bit of a goatee. And so they thought that's what I wanted. And when it came through, I thought, actually, I quite like that. And so does John. So that's why, because a couple of you have mentioned that to me. So far, so good. British smoking. And it's hard. I mean, a vape ain't the same as a fag, is it? But we've got to give it the bestest go as we can. So I've cut down the smoking. I haven't had a cigarette since the night I went into hospital. Cut down my drinking. I do drink a little bit in the evenings, so I've had to cut that down as well. And we're trying to cut out saturated fats, cholesterol, that kind of thing, without putting the body into too much of a shock by going without too much at the same time. So just to let you know, I am on the case, and I'm taking it a lot more seriously than I took it before. Anyway, getting back to the John coin. So John and Casper on a coin. It's my Dragon Lord Coins mug. If you haven't got one, don't forget to go over to Dragon Lord Coins, spend a few quid, you might get one. Now then, because this is quite an important little update regarding those coins, because I have now gone down the road of not really selling coins. Now you might sort of wonder at first, well, you've still got your website or a website, got quite a few, excuse me, why are you not listing them for sale on your own website? And to be perfectly honest with you, the reason I'm not doing that is because of the amount of time it would physically take to relist everything I've got and put it on a website. It would take, for me to, remember there's only me, so for me to do this, we're talking several years it would take literally to put everything back on the website that I once had. And that ain't gonna work. So I've gone down the road, I've taken everything off the website. There's no coins for sale on the website. And all there is for sale is the memberships. And I've wanted to do our own coins for quite some time, but never been able to sort of reach that far. And now I have a good contact. And the John and Casper coin, which I quoted, I think you'll see on the listing, I quoted about 6 weeks delivery, and I got told this morning it might actually be half that time, so they may be here in less than 3 weeks. So I'm sort of hoping for that. That's this one here, which I love it. It's a picture that I had of John having a little cuddle with Casper on the sofa, and that's exactly the picture of the scene every single time John comes round. The boy goes up there and he won't leave him alone. He just won't leave him alone. So what I'm going to do with is I've got the first coin on, and the Great British Coin Hunt site, I'm not looking at listing and trading in coins for sale. Instead, I'm going to go down the road of continuing the prize wheels to get rid of all the coins that I've got. And now, you know, because a lot of you have been stuck around now for a few months with this prize wheel and all the prizes that we're giving out, and I've done a phenomenal amount of sheets of coins and all sorts of coins and everything else, and we haven't even scratched the surface. I mean, I've got thousands upon thousands upon thousands to get rid of. So I'm still going to carry on doing that. So nothing will change there. So nothing's going to change with the wheels and how we're doing it, stuff like that. That stays the same. The raffle site is going to stay the same. The income streams are going to stay the same. PayHip, YouTube, thank you, Katie, Patreon, they're all going to stay the same. And that keeps those income streams live. And then the other income stream that I'm going to set up, and this is probably the last income stream that I'm going to set up, is our own coins, like the coin that Chris just showed you with John and Casper. And do my own range of coins. Not too dissimilar from what Change Checker do and Ian Glenn does. Yes, they buy a load of stuff off of the Royal Mint, of course, and they've got their monopoly and contracts with the Isle of Man and one thing and another, and I can't touch any of those. Chris is just adamant that the picture on John's coin looks like this chap here, who I've never seen before anyway, but Bubba, I think his name is. And yeah. So I want to do a range of coins, and I'm going to do exactly what Change Checker do. You know, Change Checker and Westminster, and they're not the only ones. Other people do it. They make their own medals, and they call them, you see the adverts all the time, they call them medals, they call them medallions, they call them commemorative collectible pieces, and so on. And every time they're nothing more than them going off with their own design and having a coin made. That's all it is. So what I'll do is, you can't beat them, so join them. So I will do a range of my own coins, and you could sort of say that the website is starting from scratch. So the very first coin to go on it is John and Casper. When that coin is sold out, I will leave the listing on there. and it will say sold out. And the reason I'm going to do that is so that people in the future can come on and see that this is where, those of you that resell them on, this is where you got them from. And it's to prove a couple of points. One, to prove that we can do it. Another is to prove the point that this business about Change Checker and Ian Glenn and Westminster Collection and all of that not being able to wholesale, even though they're classed as distributors. And I've always said, well, that's all wrong. You know, that's just a choice. It's not that you can't, it's that you won't. It's just that you refuse to. And so, got a little bit of a. And so, if I can do it, then there's no reason why they can't do it. Excuse me. There's absolutely no reason why they can't do it. It's only because they absolutely refuse to. And what they tend to do is they'll hold coins back, like they did the Academy. You know, the Academy £5 coin, they held 5,000 of those back. So my plan, as far as making our own coins are concerned, my plan is to do 1,000 of each design, just 1,000. And it doesn't matter if we suddenly get 3 times the amount of members tomorrow. I think 1,000 is a comfortable figure. 1,000 works because it's a comfortable figure to do a limited edition of. I think if you go too far, 5,000s, 10,000s, 20,000s, 50,000s, 70,000, I think you've got to have some nerve to have a straight face and look at people in the eye and say that's a limited edition. Just my opinion. So, and 1,000 works because it gives you, if I order, by ordering 1,000, I get a better price. If I order 2,000, I'm not going to get much of, I'm going to save a penny, 2 pence a coin. It's not going to be that much different. So, so 1,000 is ideal. And I want you to make money. A lot of what I've been about over the last couple of years has been about helping other people make money. And as you know, I'm a marked man, pardon me. So if I go building an eBay store again, listing, and so on, it's only going to get trashed. And I just don't see the point in going to slaughter a lot of sheep, you know, and opening myself up for that. I think that's just a waste of time. And I'm not a suicidal person. I don't commit financial suicide or any other kind of suicide willingly. So I'm not going to open myself up for that kind of continued abuse. So instead, I want to go down the road of building something a little better and for people out there to be able to make money from it. You'll notice I'm not the only person doing this kind of coin. I said before, there's somebody on there. If you're looking for this kind of stuff and different designs, you've probably seen them. Most of you have seen them. There's coins out there that say, "I survived to 2020." There's a Jack the Ripper one. There's several, and they belong to. There's somebody out there on eBay that has their own coins made, and they've got quite a range. Well, and I see the price of them at like sort of £5-6 each, £7 each, some of them, and I think, well, that's all right if you're just going to go down the retailing route, but I'm not going to go down that retailing route with eBay or Amazon or all that kind of stuff again. It's too much stress, and it's caused me far too many problems. So, you know, if I'm going to listen to what's going on with the ticker and all the rest of it and all the other problems, then I am going to do something about it. I'm not just going to talk about it and do nothing. I have to look after myself. So to that end, that means causing myself less stress. And one way I can do that is not to go down those roads where they're just waiting for me, just sitting there waiting for me to pick me off. So instead of that, I want to go down the road of helping you lot earn money. I will start doing videos again, telling you which coins to look out for. I'm not going to bother with the latest coins because you're quite you're quite adept, and you've got enough common sense, everybody, to know that if they released for example, a 2018 set, but they never made the penny in 2018, then you know that there's a non-release coin, and you automatically know that that coin is worth 15 quid or more if sold individually. So what I'm going to do is go down the road of, as I've said, one by one, I'm going to introduce a coin and introduce my own design, but I'm going to have some serious fun with it. I want to get back to enjoying my job. And I really enjoy my job when somebody buys from me and they go off and they make a profit. You know, I got a message off of RJ the other day, and he was over the moon. He texted me to let me know that he'd just sold something on eBay that he'd won off the prize wheel, and I think his words said something along the lines of, just this one sale paid for a month's membership on Patreon or something like that. So I was chuffed at that, you know, and as no doubt he is. And that's the kind of route I want to go down, you know, smallish exclusive club where people are making money, and so am I. So to that end, I will be offering wholesale opportunities. And as I stressed, I am not going to be rinsing the arse out of it by making more and more and more of the same coin. 1,000 coins of John and Casper will be made, and only 1,000 coins will be made, no matter what. And what I'm hoping for is that, like any other producer of limited edition items, it doesn't matter whether it's a plate, a picture, a coin, doesn't really matter. What makes it sought after and what makes it go up in value is that if enough people buy into it in the first place to clear out what you've got for sale, then the price will go up. That's just supply and demand. That's basic maths and supply and demand. So there are people out there that can't afford to put investments in and stuff like that, and so will buy one or two coins here and there, and that's fantastic. But there's also people out there that want to do that already do the buying and selling for a living and want to do more of it. And I think the coin is priced at $3.95, with free postage. So if anybody would like to buy some wholesale, and we're talking about an order value of 50 or more, then I'll do a 25% discount, so that it's worth it to me and it's worth it to you. So that if you're then buying that coin and selling it at $4.95, you're making a couple of quid on the coin. If you're selling it at $5.95, you're making 3 quid on the coin. You may even be able to go 2.5 times markup on that. And I have no doubt that if we sell all 1,000, then within a year of us selling the 1,000, basic maths, basic supply and demand dictates that within a year of that happening, the coins will probably go to a tenner each, because they're gone and they're not available anymore, and nobody else has got them, you know, apart from you, if you've got them. So if anybody's interested in that, you'll need to text me. You've all got my number. If you haven't, 07401 008 004. Text me, give me a ring, let me know. I know most of you that are classed as the heavier hitters, if you like, and you can make the payment, and I will put you down for the required amount that you want. So if you have 50 or more, I'll give you a discount code for 25% specifically for that item, and then you can go on to the website and you can buy it from there. And if there are a few people, it doesn't take many, you know, 20 people buying 50 each, and that's the 1,000 gone. 10 people buying 100 each, well, you can't have 10 people buying 100 each, because there isn't enough, because we've already sold some. So you can see where I'm going with that. You know, it's 1,000 might sound like an awful lot, but if there's 20 people that wanted 50 each, well, you wouldn't get 20. You'd probably have about 18 is the max at the minute. Then they would all be gone, and I'll bring another one out, and another one, and another one, and we will just have a bit of fun with it. I'd like to do staff stroke team stroke, and I haven't chatted to the team about this yet, so this is brand new for them. Obviously I will talk to them. I won't put anybody's picture on a coin without talking to them first. But just letting you know where my thoughts are going. So I've not made the plans for this yet, but just letting you know where my thoughts are going. My thoughts are, you know, the team, investors, long-term customers, and even not necessarily long-term customers, but short-term customers. People that have, we've got people that have not been with us that long, but they've put quite a bit in, and I think it would be great. I mean, imagine if Change Checker did that and they released a coin and they gave the opportunity to have your own design on the coin or your own picture on the coin. You know, Stevie Dragon Lord Coins is he's been with us for quite some time, and you know, why not? That kind of thing would be interesting, I think. So that's sort of the route I'm going down. Plus, I can have my own bit of fun with it. So, you know, we can have an Enemy of the State series, or, you know, whatever, and I can get my own back that way. And we can immortalize some of these people. I have no idea yet. My mind is just racing ahead with all sorts of ideas that I could do, and I know that I can only do one at a time, and that's what I intend to do. So the first one will be John and Casper. The next one I'm working on will be George. As I said right from the beginning, George has got to go on, which is my dad, who passed away. He was our very first investor. So he has to go on a coin as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, that's the kind of route that I'd like to go down. And that will happen faster if the idea works. Of course, if no one comes through and says, yeah, I want to buy some wholesale because I think these will work, then I'm going to be, then it's a lot harder work to sell them one at a time, one at a time, one at a time, one at a time. If I get some of you interested in this deal, then I may even, and this works how I think it might work, then I may even go down the road of saying, do you know what, fair's fair, I won't sell any of them on eBay, unlike what Change Checker and Westminster do. So that I'm not competing with you on the site where you're earning your living from. You know, I think it's, I always have, ever since I've, going back years and years and years, I've always thought that when a wholesaler goes into competition with the retailers, you've got a serious problem. You know, it shouldn't be allowed. And a wholesaler should be a wholesaler and a retailer should be a reseller, and never the twain should meet, really. You know, you shouldn't be doing both. And so that's the road I'd like to go down. Now, at the moment, I haven't got, you know, super duper packaging like Change Checker have got, but I actually see no reason why. If you've got the kind of folder that takes these things in, why you couldn't put, say, a John and Casper coin in one of these and put it in there and stick it in your album. That's possible. And if this works at some point, then maybe I'll look at the idea of coming up with these, and if we do get that far, pardon me, then we'll make them exactly the same size, only because if they're exactly the same size, then they will fit in exactly the same pocket, pardon me, in the same pocket. And they were very shrewd when they came up with this idea, because the size is not their idea. The size, if you look at any phone card wallet, these will fit any phone card slot, because those wallets, those pages that come out with the things to fit these in, they first come out years before Change Checker ever came up with these. They came out many years ago for phone cards, and they just, you know, and he made them the same size. It was a very good idea, that was, because you're tapping into then a way of people being able to save them and put them in a folder in a plastic without having to get a specific size made. That was a good idea. I don't know if any of you know that, but that was a good idea. So we'll see how that goes. But first of all, we've got to make sure that the idea works. As I always say, if you can sell one, you can sell two, and if you can sell two, you can sell 10, and if you can sell 10, you can sell 100. So that's what I'm looking at. Popcoin says that happened to me, and I used to build up PC and sell them on until PC World came along and couldn't compete. Exactly. You know, you can't. When finances go a little bit tight, you tend to get wholesalers want to be a bit greedy and get in there on the retail market. And I've always been against that. My entire life I've been against that. A wholesaler is a wholesaler and a retailer is a retailer. The minute you allow a wholesaler to retail, then you are damaging the market. Whatever that market is, you are absolutely damaging the market. And as you know, it's always stuck in my craw that 288 Group, Change Checker, Westminster Collection, etc., are allowed to call themselves distributors of the Royal Mint, and the Royal Mint classes them as distributors when they say quite plainly they will not distribute. They refuse point blank to distribute to anybody, and it's one of the biggest bugbears that I've got with Change Checker over that issue. And I'm not, you know, I don't care how much money's involved. I am not going to go down that road. Just like I've had a few people talk to me and say, Ian, you know, what you're going through, mate, enough's enough. Like, let's get our own back. You know, give us the links and we'll all go on and we'll report their videos and we'll give them negative comments and we'll do this and we'll do that. And on the one hand, I'm a bit touched that you would want to do that some of you would want to back me that far, that you would, in any sense, you know, on my behalf. And it's great. But if we go down that road, pardon me, if we go down that road, then I need to put myself on Scumbag TV website, don't I? Because it means that I'm no better than them. And I'm not going that far. I'm better than that. So I'm a lot better than that. And I refuse point blank to go down that road of tit for tat, tit for tat, tit for tat. You cause me a problem, I'm going to cause you a problem. You give me a heart attack, I'll give you two, and all of that. Well, some of you that are my sort of age group will understand that back in the day, as the saying goes, that might be how we handled things, you know, but not anymore. We're better than that. So I absolutely refuse to go down that road. What I will do is I'll have a go at beating them at their own game. And because I'm ill, I'm going to do it slowly, but surely. I put up that listing of John and Casper. That's one listing. It's not too much work for me. If I'm going to put a listing up to cover all the 50p's and all the years of the 10p and all the years of this and that and everything else, that is a phenomenal amount of work. I'm beat. They've got me beat hands down. I can't do that. What I can do is I can put one listing up and we'll get some interest in that. And if that works, we put another one up. And I'm pleased to say it's working. Some of you have been buying in ones and some of you have been buying in twos and some people have been buying in more than that. And that's brilliant because it tells me straight away that what we've got will most probably work. So if anybody is interested in reselling, I only have to get one wholesale customer come forward, and from that moment on, I will give my word I won't retail them on eBay. I'll only retail them on my website. It's that simple. Because I want you to make money. You know, if anybody's going to be making profit out of what is essentially no more than a medallion, what is essentially no more than a commemorative coin, as it were, that is not legal tender, then why shouldn't you make the money alongside me? And we'll give them a run for their money. And who knows where that could go? You know, we could get to the position where I list one, I put one up, like the John and Casper one, I let you all know we're on that roll, and boom, sold out within a week. That kind of thing is what I'm looking towards. So do you have one of your coins right now that you can show? No, but if you want to go over to the greatbritishcoinhunt.co.uk, you will see the picture of John Casper. That's clear as a bell as can be. And Chris, if he's not too busy at the moment, he might put that up again, and you can see it again. There we go, and you can see it again right now. Take me off if you like for a second, Chris, so they can see it better. So what you're going to get is on this very first coin. I believe it was Andy. Was it you, Andy, that did that design for me? We've got that one there of the Great British Coin Hunt, which is going to go on which will be the obverse, if you like, and John and Casper will be the reverse. That's what it's made out of: raised nickel metal, recessed nickel metal, and it's 27.5 millimeters. So it is as close to a 50p shape and size as I can make it. I'm not putting the words 50p on it or 50 pence or anything like that. I'm not intimating in any way that these are or can be passed off as legal tender or can be spent. They are nothing more than a commemorative coin that is, and as it says in the title, it's a commemorative coin shaped like a 50p in order for that to fit in with your collection. Now, if I'm right, maybe long after I'm dead, there will be quite a collectible market in these coins if we manage to get a series on the go. I'm not too sure what I'm going to do with the obverse side yet. I may change that around. It's been mentioned to me that I should actually have my picture on the obverse side, so that it's because the Queen has hers, so I should have my picture on the obverse side. Maybe I'll go down that route, and then we'll have a different commemorative side. I don't know yet. We'll see how you like them. The squirrel napkin there is only there to show. Well, that was only there really to show the people that were making it for me that I wanted them to do it like an outline as opposed to an actual picture. Me with my crown. Yeah, I don't think I'll be wearing a crown though. But I have asked Fran to have a look and see what she thinks, which photograph she prefers, and I might use that. So that is the plan. But like all plans, you know, best laid plans of mice and men and all of that, plans are great, but they only work if things start coming together and working. So in order for me to make the absolute decision, yes, I am not going to retail these myself on eBay or other such sites, and will only retail them on my own site. I need one or two wholesale customers to come forward and go, yeah, I'm in which case then I won't, and I've not listed any for sale yet because I want to see how you guys take to this. So if you'd like to have a go at that, if any of you would like to do that, then let me know, and I will, and that's what we'll do. And I'll make sure you get a discount code that will allow you to go and buy a minimum of 50 at 25% discount. So if you go £3.95, we'll call it £4, 25% of that's £1, so you're going to get them for like £3 each. And if you put them up for say £4 or £4.95, you're going to make £2 each. If you put them up for £5.95, you make £3 a coin, which I don't think is too bad for something that is going to be a limited edition. And there is definitely only 1,000. And when they come, each coin is apparently, I don't know exactly how it's going to be packaged, but the way that I understand it is it's going to come in like a little plastic bag or maybe a little bubble bag or something. It's going to come in something, and then on that bag will be a sticker like a barcode, but instead of having that, it will say what the coin is, 2021, our name, and there's a limited edition of 1,000. So there you go. Anybody interested in that, please do get in touch. A little request from Fran. I promised I would pass the request on. she's quite happy for people to contact me to have a little chat and see how I am, etc. But what she doesn't want is people contacting me asking me to do work, essentially, because this needs doing or that needs doing or whatever, because that then is causing me work, and she's quite worried. So try not to, unless it's really, really urgent and no one else, and Chris can't help you, anything to do with the raffle site whatsoever, no matter what it is, if you've got any kind of questions about the raffle site or, anything at all to do with the raffle site whatsoever, email Chris. And the email address is on the raffle site that you need. I forget what it is. It might be admin or support out, something like that. TGB Change Raffle, but whatever it is, it's on the website. Send a message to Chris, and Chris will be able to help you, and he'll be able to answer you. Because even if you contact me, and I wasn't ill, all I'm going to do is be the middleman and put you in touch with Chris. All I'm going to reply back is, "Well, I'm sorry, but it's nothing to do with me. I don't deal with it. Chris does." And it's important that people understand that. The greatbritishcoinhunt.co.uk, I handle the admin of that. I handle the inside of the site on that. So anything to do with the memberships, that's down to me. No coins on there for sale. So anything to do with the memberships, that's down to me. The John and Casper coin is the only coin on there, and that's down to me. Chris can't answer any questions. As much as I'd love him to, he can't, because he has no access whatsoever to the admin of that site. What Chris has is full access, 100% access to the raffle site. He runs that, and I don't go in there. I don't have anything to do with that. Every now and again we chat and and go over stuff, but I don't interfere with Chris's handling of the raffle site. Too many cooks in the kitchen and all of that. I deal with there you go, admin at tgbshantraffle.com is the one that you want if you've got any questions regarding the raffle site. If it's membership based, then you come to me. And as Lady Robbins, very good question, when it comes to the guesses, that needs to come to me. So text me or email me the guesses. And you're quite right, Lady Robbins, you have got another 50. I wrote it on there. When it comes to the guesses, you need to send them to me. And if you send me a text or an email about guesses, don't necessarily expect me to reply to you, only because I'll leave it there unanswered so that it stays as an unread one, unread text or an unread message. Otherwise, I'd lose it. So there you are. So that's how we're working it. We've been doing it that way for quite some time, and whether I'm ill or not ill, it's still the same. Chris deals with the raffles. I deal with the greatbritishcoiner.co.uk. So anybody that's interested, and there's me going, well, I'm passing the message on from Fran. If it's to do with work, try and leave me alone. But then again, I'm smashing that out of the way, really, by saying to you, well, if you're interested in a wholesale order, get in touch. So, it's like I'm giving you two lots of instructions that both are opposite to each other. But I guess what I'm trying to say is, if it's something that can wait, let it wait. If it doesn't stress you out too much, and it can wait, and it's something to do with work, then wait and get back to me, and I will deal with it. And even if I'm a bit behind, anybody interested in the wholesale orders, yes, I do need you to get in touch, because there is only 1,000. I want to get to a certain amount sold before I then order the next one. So you need to get in touch for that, and because I need to give you the discount code, otherwise you won't be able to buy it. What we got? Alison Pucci. Well done, Fran, in making sure Ian is behaving whilst he's recuperated. We need to look after our Ian. Oh, bless you. That's very nice. So there's a little update. I was just thinking, there's a particular picture of Casper that makes him look right soppy, and I'd love to see that on a coin. And it's not a bad little legacy to leave behind, is it really? that people could continue trading in something that you've made. Hello, mate. Forever and a day. Now, you know, some people can be forgiven for thinking, oh, yeah, that's a crap idea. You know, you're never going to get anywhere with that, and so on. But Franklin Mint, Danbury Mint, every artist out there that's ever done a limited edition, some work, some don't. And what I've found throughout the years is, in my opinion, this is, and with my knowledge of supply and demand, is when people try and go a little bit too greedy, I think that's when they come unstuck. You know, I think if I was to go, for example, to try and do a limited edition of 3,000 or 5,000 or even 2,000, I think I would come unstuck. Everything I've learned in 50 years tells me that if I tried to go down that route, I would definitely come unstuck. Whereas sticking to a simple 1,000, I think that's not a surefire way of success, but I think with the support that we have from a lot of you, I think if there's anything that was, it's as close as you can get to surefire way to success, if you see what I mean. So that's what I shall stick to. So it doesn't matter if we get, it doesn't matter if one day, instead of what we've got 18 people watching, maybe there's 180 people watching. Maybe there's 1,800 watching. Maybe there's 1 million people watching. I don't think it makes any difference. 1,000, that's going to be it. You know, if we have 1 million people watching and I do a coin and say there's 1,000, they're going to go like that. And then we'll do the next one and the next one. And they will just have an intrinsic value of their own. Because you only need to sell one of those coins on. Now there's another customer that will potentially buy a set or buy one of each one. And the one idea I get from the Mint and from Change Checker and Westminster Collection, which I'm going to steal, and I'm going to blatantly steal the idea, is the idea of doing a series. So it will be a series of each one, excuse me. You know, a series of, say, staff, team members, and so on, and then, you know, a series of customers or whatever. So yeah, as I always say, stick with me, I'll take you to the top. I don't go down without a fight, even when I'm ill, and but at the same time, I'm not in fighting mode. I'm just in what would you call it? I'm in slowly catch the monkey mode. Is how I am. I know I've got to be like that because of my health. So we're going to do it slowly. So there we go. It's an incredible idea, says Lady Robbins. Channel rounds are quite successful here in the US, although they are poured silver, they are very expensive. Hard to get a piece of the legacy. This is brilliant. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. Oh yeah, it's an old washerwoman's 10 minutes. I did tell Chris I'd only be on 10 minutes. That is it. I'm just going to start waffling otherwise. That'll do. So now you know what I'm doing. That's where we are. If you'd like to get involved with it, get in touch. If you'd like to buy 50 or more, get in touch. And let's see how we go with this. All right then. Chris, thank you so much. Your staff. And Lorna and Katie, thank you a lot. So much. And Richard too. Richard handles all the sharing. If anybody wants to get involved with the sharing, you can earn £100 voucher to spend on the memberships for doing 200 shares to different groups of our stuff. So you'll notice if you go onto the Great British Coin Hunt on Facebook, our one, so that'll be www.facebook. There's other groups called the Great British Coin Hunt, but only I own facebook.com, the Great British Coin Hunt. There is if you type that in, it goes through to our Facebook. And you'll see on there that there is a picture with John and Caspar of the coin, and it's written on the picture, for example, the Great British Coin Hunt .co.uk. because our links are barred on Facebook. I believe that's down to the Facebook one. I believe is down to Ian Glenn and the Royal Mint. They're the only people that have got the clout to be able to get Facebook to bar most of my links. So the way of getting around that is to put the details on a picture and then share that picture, because they can't stop that. So if anybody would like to get involved in that, Richard runs that. You get in touch with me and I'll add you to the group, and then Richard will take over and give you links to share. And when you've done 200 shares to different groups, you get £100 voucher. It's that simple. All right then. That's it. Thank you very much. Thanks everybody for being there. Thanks for sticking with us, and thanks for the team for standing in and making sure that this goes without a hitch. And don't worry about your parcels. They're all being put together. They will just be bigger because of the time delay. All right, brilliant. And everybody that's bought a coin, somebody just texted me, everybody that's bought a coin, a big thank you from me, from Fran, from John, and from Casper. We are very grateful. Thanks a lot. Bye for now.
British coin hunt, we got what you want. We got gold and silver, seems everyone's a winner. It's so elementary, you get one free entry. Every single raffle, make your collection dazzle. TGBCH raffle.com. TGBCH raffle.com.